Spend more time surfing the internet than watching TV?
Well, yeah, usually yes. Yeah.
What are the most websites that you visit?
Checking my email, Facebook.
No, sorry, what are the most websites that you visit? Websites?
Facebook, Google, Wikipedia, Yahoo, that stuff.
How many times do you check your email daily?
Basically 4 times.
How many times do you check your email daily?
Around 4 to 5 times per day.
Do you spend more time surfing the internet than watching TV?
Definitely, yes.
What are the most websites that you visit?
Informational, Wikipedia, religious websites.
How many times do you check your email daily?
Ooh. On the job or off the job? I mean, job-related emails or non-job-related emails?
Both, we'll say both. Personal and business email.
Wow. Probably every 5 minutes.
Every 5 minutes. Businessman. Okay. Do you think changing the password of your computer makes a difference?
Well, actually, I believe so, because I've been to such experience where I changed my password and it works. Yeah.
Okay. Do you spend more time surfing the internet than watching TV?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What are the most websites that you visit?
Well, YouTube, Gmail, Facebook.
Do you think changing the password makes a difference for you?
Yeah, definitely. It helps a lot changing your password.
Do you know why sometimes your computer doesn't work?
Maybe some hardware problem or some software problem.
Do you spend more time surfing the internet than watching TV?
Oh, we can say internet. I don't like TV.
What are the most websites that you visit?
News and sport, yeah, sometimes, just have some information, yeah.
Okay. How many times do you check your email daily?
Oh, twice or 3 times a day.
3 times.
Yeah.
Do you know why sometimes your computer doesn't work sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes don't work because there is a lot of people that send a lot of mails. It is it's like a virus.
Virus.
Okay.
Do you think changing a password makes a difference?
No. Don't. Also, if you change every day, normally I change every 2 weeks my password, but don't change anything.
Do you spend more time surfing the internet than watching TV?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
What are the most websites that you visit?
Well, I spend most of my time on internet because of work, but usually is Google search, some social engines like Facebook. I use quite a lot of Skype for remote communication worldwide.
Okay. How many times do you check your email daily?
100.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you spend more time surfing the internet than watching TV?
Yeah, I spend around 3 to 4 hours every day.
Surfing the internet?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the most websites that you visit?
YouTube, Facebook, and checking the emails.
Okay. How many times do you check your email daily?
4 to 5 times.
Do you spend more time surfing the internet than watching TV?
Yes, very much more.
Okay. How many times do you check your email daily?
Oh, hundreds of times. I'm always checking my email.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and there was a report surveying the people opinions about the using of internet, and also some questions asked by our colleague Hussam Fattal, and some actually considerable number of the peoples are saying that they spend more time using the internet than watching
TV. But I actually think that they're cheating in some ways, because most of the answers we were watching the report involve YouTube, which is media related, so it's kind of the same thing. But one of the most frequently asked questions I saw in the report was, does changing your password help in any way, to avoid getting hacked into? Does it help in any way, just changing the password?
Yes, yes. So changing the password is actually one of the best practices, and you should do it at least probably once a month. The main reason is, there are different kinds of attacks. There are different ways, of security. So one problem you could think of what they call is man in the middle attack, which means that you have a hacker. He does not do anything to harm you. He just stands in the middle and just sees whatever information you send and you receive. So let's assume, for example, somebody has your password for your email. Instead of changing it and just taking over your email, they leave it as is, and they keep checking your email every once in a while, and they see all the email you get and all the email you sent. There's no way for you to know that you have been hacked because he doesn't do anything, he just watches.
Okay.
So, changing the password in this case helps a lot. So this is actually one of the basic and the most important best practice to do is to change your password frequently.
All right. And you were telling us before that the term hacker was basically used for well, I wouldn't say intellectual. Skilled people who are skilled in programs and computers and such, and people who use those kind of skills for misuse and deviant behavior or crackers, and crackers slowly got pushed out of the way, and it was just hackers.
That's right.
So how do you differentiate between, I guess, a good hacker and a bad hacker nowadays?
Yeah. So actually, they use there are different terms. They use what they call the white hat hacker, and there's the black hat hacker.
Okay. That's how the terms have evolved till today. Yeah.
Yes. So black hat hackers. The color black is usually associated with doing
doing no good,
hat.
bad. And,
yeah. So black hat hackers are actually the bad people, who are the people that try to get in your computer, try to steal your email, try to destroy your website, and erase your files. The white hat hackers are the good people. Those are the people who study the field of computer networking. Those are the people who try to find out the way that the other people do, and then find solutions for them. Okay. So these are the two terms. So we still have hackers, but we have good ones and bad ones.
Okay. Engineer Esam Alwagait, what exactly happens when someone hacks into a computer system?
So hacking can be done in many levels. So you could just hack into a server, you can hack into a personal computer, you could hack into a network, a whole network. Depending on the type of the attack, per se, are the actions taken. Mostly, you have what they call script kiddies. So, as we mentioned before, hacking is supposed to be this, skill that you have. You're not supposed to be called a hacker unless you possess some kind of information and knowledge about computers. But what happened, that some people they made certain set of tools or scripts, and anybody can download them and then uses them to attack certain known exploits.
Is that how spyware came to be, I guess?
Spyware is one of those ways, but there are certain other ways. For example, there are certain tools that you could just run the tool. It will try different things on a website, and then if it finds any exploits, it will tell you, and then you could change the homepage. So if somebody did that, they're not actually hackers. They just use the tool without the knowledge of how the tool works. That's what they call script kiddies. Those people who don't possess the knowledge of the computers or the computer network, but they do actually harmful stuff.
Okay.
Hacking, how does it work? Usually by any kind of people, you could just try to figure out, first of all, analyze the system that you're trying to hack. There are what they call port scanning, which is similar to just going around a house, seeing if there are any open doors or something like that. So you see what ports are open, and then if they are open, check if they actually have a problem. So if you go around the walls and you see a door, you just check if it's open or not. If it's locked, then it's a computer system, is safe. But
just
if
like
it's
snooping
open,
around, basically.
It's like snooping around. Once you go inside, different people do different things. Some people, they just try to get as much data as they can, personal files. Some people, they mess around with the other people, they eject the CD drive or watch what they do through the camera. But some people, they go to the extreme, and they delete the files or, mess up the computer. So this is how it works.
All right, and we're getting into, you were telling me that there's many ways of getting into, hacking into one's computer or, web pages or any ways of like that. What is the safest ways, I guess you could say, to connect to the internet? How can we connect to the internet and know that, that there is at least a 90% chance we're not going to get hacked into?
Yes. So there is I believe Bruce Schneider, he's a security expert, and he's majored into encryption. And he has a famous saying, I believe he said that one. He said the only computer that is secure is the unplugged computer. If you unplug the electricity and the network. As long as you're connected to the internet, you are prone to be hacked. Of course, it doesn't mean that you will be hacked, but there is a chance that
there's a good chance you will be hacked.
There's a good chance, yes. There are certain set of best practices that you could do. As we mentioned before, changing the password frequently. You have to scan your computer. You have to have an antivirus, yes, on a regular basis. You have to have not just only antivirus. They call them the internet security packages.
Okay.
Like there's
spyware monitors and
it monitors everything. So basically, it's a one package that comes with a personal firewall, which is a must. It comes with the antivirus, and it comes with a tool that monitors the traffic going in and out of your computer. Make sure that you update your computer. So Windows or Macintosh or any system make sure that you go to the manufacturer website and download the latest updates, because often they find bugs and they fix them.
Okay.
So pretty much these are the basic rules. There are a lot of other stuff, but these are the basic ones.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another report, but this one is about hackers. So we're going to take a general report about what the public knows about hackers and what they think of them, and we'll be back after this.
If your computer has a virus?
I'll go online, find the best solution I have for my computer, and go on the reviews for the anti-virus softwares.
What do you do if your computer has a virus?
Fix it by myself.
No, actually, I have to check the problem. Maybe it's a problem of a virus, so I have to check to scan my laptop. After that, to delete the virus.
So you mean that you have the ability to check your computer and examine it?
Exactly.
Well, I usually try to remove it. If that doesn't work, then I just format and then...
By yourself?
Sometimes, yeah. Okay. By myself on my personal computer, I use the IT manager for my work computer, of course.
Call the IT manager, of course.
Don't have the ability to...
No, I'm not good with computer.
It depends.
Yeah,
exactly. If it's small stuff, we'll try to figure. No, myself, no, I'm not able. My son is engineer in computer science, so sometimes I call him from. He's in the United States anyway. So sometimes I give him some tip to advice, but otherwise. I will look around to find a solution.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you too.
I started crying, first of all. But I try to prevent.
By yourself?
By myself as a first step. Then I have my IT manager, which will fix it.
Actually, usually I run the virus scan for the computer, and I directly, because we are in the business, so we contact our IT department. They'll take care of everything for us.
What do you know about hackers?
They're a bunch of crap people who know a lot of stuff.
What message can you send, or would you like to send about hackers?
Try to stay away from my computer and don't be so intelligent.
Well, I do know for a fact that they're becoming a part of the mainstream. So in the old days, you had professional hackers. Now anybody can become a hacker because of certain available softwares. that you can download off websites. Yeah.
What kind of message you want to give about the hackers?
Please don't hack my computer, first of all, and I hope they catch all of them. Yeah.
Do you know why sometimes your computer doesn't work?
Because of software hardware mismatch, I guess.
I know they are a big threat to computer users all over the world, and they're messed up real bad, your computers.
What message do you like to send to those hackers?
First of all, you're doing a really lousy job, and you're irritating people, and hopefully you won't do such bad things anymore.
Hackers is the people that come inside in your computer and they pick your information about the company to sell for the other.
That they're very dangerous.
What is the message that you would like to send to those hackers?
Oh, well, keep out of my business and everybody else's business. It's I don't think that they should be interfering with other people's private business.
There are some people, they have a hobby of over-exceeding their limits in using the internet. This is one of the things they do. Sometimes some of them are good and most of them are bad. Let's put it this way.
What kind of message you want to give about hackers?
Stay out of our computers. Keep it to yourself. Keep your knowledge to yourself. Don't mess with other people, please. Yes.
Do you think changing a password makes a difference?
It depends on the hacker who's trying to get into your computer. Some of them, even if you try to change it daily, they can do it. They can bypass your password.
And the other one?
The other ones, the beginners, still, they're learning.
You can protect your computer?
Sometimes, yes, you can. Sometimes you can. You're most welcome.
Welcome back, dear viewers, and there was a report surveying the people's opinion about the hackers and what do they think of hackers.
What do they think? And I actually thought it was pretty interesting. We got different views on how to deal with virus infections. Exactly how do you deal with your virus infections in your computers? And do you scan your computer? Do you start from the ground up? Do you format your computer?
Scanning, yes, and sometimes also formatting.
Yeah,
computer.
Okay, well, I just go straight to scanning. If I find the infected files, delete them. If not, straight to the IT technician right away. And getting back to our guest, Mr. Engineer Esam, the report was surveying exactly just the best ways, I guess, of cleaning your computer once it's infected with viruses and everything. So, what is exactly the best way to clean your computer? And regarding hackers hacking into computers and such, are there such laws to penalize hackers for getting into computers? I mean, because it's of course it's an invasion of privacy of sorts.
Yeah. So I'm gonna answer the first part first. Well, it depends. You know, myself, I usually recommend that you give the job to the people who know how to do it. If you're not experienced in the computer system, you don't have to have a computer degree, but if you don't know what you're doing, or if you're guessing, you're not sure, I'd rather give it to somebody who knows how to do it. And there are a lot of stores, I know for sure in Riyadh, there's a lot of them, so I'm sure they're everywhere else, that you could just give it to them for cheap money and then they could fix the computer. What I would recommend actually is not worrying about fixing the computer when it gets damaged, but about worrying how to protect your computer from being infected. So I would say that be proactive, make sure that you have the patches, make sure that you have the antivirus, because if you do that and you receive anything that has viruses in it, the antivirus will detect it and will basically eliminate the threat. So I would say, if it happens once, we're all humans and we do mistakes. If it happens once and your computer gets infected, make sure that when you fix it, make sure that they put all the software that you need to prevent that from happening again. That's the first part of the question. As for the second part of the question about the laws, the different parts of the world, they have different laws. Some of them they don't, and some of them they started earlier than others. I know in the States, they have a very good law system for what they call digital crime. Basically, it makes you, think twice before trying to hack anything, because the laws there are very strict, and they could find you, and if they find you, you're going to spend some time in jail. Thank God, recently, not recently, probably last year, I guess, the new laws for digital crime has been announced in Saudi Arabia, and there are regulations about it. I believe Hayat al-Salat, it belongs to the Ministry
of
Telecommunication. If you check their website, I'm sure they find all the information regarding this. Or if you search the internet about the digital crime laws in Saudi Arabia, you'll find all these laws and how do they deal with them. And I think they did a good job in stating, how would they deal with the digital crime in such a way that it will basically make it unfavorable.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Esam, of course antivirus programs really help, but how can we choose the right one?
See, if you asked a couple of years ago, I would say, think twice, or look into this certain program. But now I think most of the antivirus programs will do the job. There are different levels, as I said. There's only antivirus. There's one that comes with a package with a personal firewall, and what they call internet security software. Me myself, I recommend Kaspersky, or they call it Kaspersky. Some people call it Kaspersky. I think it's a very good antivirus. I've been using it in complaints, and it's pretty effective. It stopped a lot of viruses from coming to my computer. Norton and McAfee are the two big players, but there are other ones, AVG and stuff like that. So I would say it's just a matter of preference.
So is installing a antivirus software the best way to protect your computer, or is there something else that you should add on to it to subscribe? I mean, all these software that you have named to us have basically two packages, with the free version and the one that you have to pay certain money, and it has a couple more features that comes with it.
Yes. So installing antivirus is not enough. Installing and updating, making sure it's up to date, because those virus definitions, they keep updating them, and you have to download the latest updates so your computer or the program could discover those new viruses. Yes, you have. I'm going to name technology. So you need to have antivirus, a firewall, and an internet security.
All right. In layman's terms, for our viewers at home, what is a firewall and what is an internet security system, just so we can understand?
A firewall, yes. Firewall is kind of a software, basically that double checks everything that comes into and out of your computer, and make sure that you want this traffic to happen. So it will tell you, okay, this program is trying to connect to the internet. If this program is Internet Explorer, you know it because you're using it. If this program is a Trojan, or spyware that's trying to send your information to a hacker, the firewall will catch it and will let you know. And then you can think, oh, okay, maybe this one is not the right program, so I'm just going to block it. So the firewall is basically just, think of it as a guard standing in front of a door, and just watching who comes in and out, and basically check their, permission authorization to do so. So make sure you have a firewall. I think now Windows Vista, I think comes
with a standard with a firewall.
Standard, and it will tell you, even if you're not experienced in the computer, if you turn it off, it will tell you that it's not recommended. You'll see this red icon with an X in it, saying this is not the best practice. You should turn on the firewall. If you don't like Windows one, you could buy the one you want, either Zone Alarm or the ones from Norton or McAfee. But the bottom line, you have to have one, because this is the one that stops them from coming into your computer.
And an internet security system.
And the internet is I think this is part of the virus. I think now all the antivirus programs, they have it, because what it does is just, antivirus before it used only to watch the files on your computer and the programs running on your memory. Now the new ones will monitor what you're downloading from the internet, what websites are you viewing, because some websites, they have code in them that could damage your computer, like ActiveX components, which is executables from within the website. So I think most of the antiviruses one antivirus softwares right now, they have this feature in it.
Right.
So I would just think about antivirus and firewall.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our last report, which is a report to see how you can use a computer, and we're going to see how I guess a computer is used. So we're going to go on this report, and we'll be back after this.
Computer virus attacks are up dramatically. Once a rare occurrence, estimates now put the number in the tens of thousands annually. The US Department of Homeland Security announced that information and technology security is a top priority. Experts say there are a few things to do to beat the bugs. Email attachments from strangers can contain viruses, so be careful. Install antivirus software and update it regularly. Do not download files unless you're sure they're safe. If you're buying a new PC, look for one that offers enhanced virus protection. This is one that does. It has an AMD 64 processor. It's designed to work in conjunction with the Windows XP Service Pack 2 and trap viruses before they can infect your computer. These new kind of processors won't catch all viruses, but even if they catch some, you're ahead.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Engineer Esam, Alwagait. Can we talk about the human aspect and the social engineering characteristics?
Sure. So actually, the human aspect is considered to be the weakest when it comes to computer security. So often you would see, people telling you do not write down your password. You give somebody a password and they just write it down in a post-it and they stick it to their computer, and that's no good. What's the point of the password? You're going to show it to everybody. The computer aspect also includes, giving information online. I'm sure that anybody who uses instant messaging software like Windows Live Messenger or Yahoo Messenger, they tell you, be careful to not send sensitive information, credit card information, or your address through these chatting clients, because so often somebody will pretend to come and talk with an authority and telling you, I'm so and so, and give me this information. I'm a technical support from Yahoo or Microsoft, and we need to have your credit card on. This kind of information, a naive person or a person who does not know about computers or not aware about the security aspects of the computers, they'll probably fall for it. So this is the one part of the human factor. Mm-hmm. The other part is trusting people. Computer hackers, they know how to make you want to download the virus. So they'll send you intriguing emails, with the flashy titles or something, that, oh, this is what you asked for, and then okay, maybe it's somebody I know, and then you download the program and it has a virus in it. So this is the second thing, make sure that, you don't download anything you receive. It goes a step further. They pretend, they bring names that you know. So, and then they send the emails as if it came from them. So you'll receive an email from your friend saying, okay, this is a great application, download it. And what you didn't know is that, your friend did not actually send it to you. A virus that infected your computer, your friend's computer, sent it to you. So, the bottom line is that, in the internet, when you're using the internet, just stay focused and stay, alert. Not everything is what it seems to be.
All right. And when we were talking about the flow of the warning of not giving sensitive information such as credit card information, ID numbers, or passwords and stuff, because it can be used for forms of identity theft in ways. Can the person himself who's giving away this information be penalized for an accident that's something that he didn't do, but a hacker that posed as that user did instead of him? Have there been such incidents that we've heard of like that?
I don't know. I know a lot of cases back in the day when actually a friend of mine in the States, he's studying in the States, and his credit card has been charged, actually overcharged. So the hacker used it a lot, and then basically it ruined his credit. What it does there, it means that you cannot get a cell phone because nobody would trust you.
Okay.
Because you use your credit card a lot. Yeah, you started establishing bad credit. So he's not being legally penalized, but because of this case, he cannot live his life normal. He cannot get a phone line. He cannot buy a car, or finance a car.
He has bad financial credit. I mean, that's a nightmare for people on this financial aid.
Yeah. So even if he's not legally being penalized for it, just the fact that he has this, he has to deal with this, is bad enough for him. Some cases, yes, some people, has their computer hacked, and their computer has been used to commit electronic crimes, and the authorities, they just assume it was you, because it was your computer that did this. They didn't know that somebody hacked it and did it. So unless you're lucky enough that they find out who did it, you'll be liable for this. So I would say yes.
Right.
I would say yes, yeah.
Okay, well, that's very intriguing, ladies and gentlemen. And speaking of committing crimes online, we're going to take a quick report about companies that pose to be established on the net, but they're actually just false companies that are just there to swindle you in one form or another. So we're going to take a look at this report, and we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen.
With phishing, a fake website is created that is similar to that of a legitimate organization, typically a financial institution such as a bank or insurance company. An email is sent requesting that the recipient access the fake website, which will usually be a replica of a trusted site, and enter their personal details, including security access codes. The page looks genuine because it is easy to fake a valid website. Any HTML page on the web can be modified to suit a phishing scheme. Such a site will ask you so-called reconfirmation of your personal information, such as ID card, usernames, passwords, bank account and credit card number. You think it is your own bank asking so, but in fact it is a criminal organization doing this.
There is a very well-documented case in the UK where a senior official from the British Rail had his identity stolen and misused by somebody to close a big loan, which was supposed to buy a house, but of course the fraudster went off with the £1 million, blamed it on the identity of the gentleman from British Rail, and he was left with the mess and with the debt. And it took, I think, 1.5 years or something to trace it and to find it out and to resettle the situation between the individual and his bank.
Phishers attempt to fraudulently acquire sensitive information by masquerading as a trustworthy entity in an electronic communication. eBay and PayPal are two of the most targeted companies, and online banks are also common targets. As an internet user, you should pay a lot of attention to small details. If, for example, the Royal Bank of Scotland is asking you to reconfirm or update your information, you have to look at the link they are sending you. This link is much too long. PayPal would never really send you a message like this. Real PayPal staff will never ask you your credit card number. Keep a good eye at your browser information and email clients. If an address starts with a lot of figures, you should know there is something wrong. If there are names spelled wrong, like in this case eBay with a double B, you should know this is a fraud attempt. Antivirus programs will tell you when they discovered a virus coming into your computer, but they will never offer you a program to solve the problem. Virus detection related to a new program that you have to buy with your credit card will lead you to a phishing site, so you better be careful. Phishing is becoming much more sophisticated as it used to be before.
Because in the earliest days of phishing, the emails were very crude. They were just dear friend, dear customer, but for the first attack, they don't have any information from you. So the first attack is very unfriendly. But these days are over now, and they try to lay their hands on information like you can find in LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever. And then they can start to build mass mailings of very tailored, friendly emails that convince them, oh, we are already having a relationship. I know you. You know all these details from me. So the URL that you ask me to click on, I'm sure that's going to be a good URL, because they are building this trust in multi-stages. This is, of course, making the attack much more difficult to fight, because the human being is a social being.
When you are discovering that you are a victim of phishing, it is already too late. The damage will be done and the money will be lost. So it is better to be careful and make sure it never happens. The law is not really... Here in Europe, identity is a national matter. The legislation is focused on reproducing paper documents, but about electronic information, the law is still pretty poor. And if the victim and the phisher are not under the same law, which means in the same country, the chance to win a case is almost zero. In many developing countries, the situation is even worse. So the only thing to do is to protect yourself as good as possible being an internet user. If your bank sends you an email to confirm account or credit card information, it is better to take the phone and ask your bank why they have sent you that email. If the bank knows nothing about this, it was clearly phishing. Also, the newest software can help you a lot.
In the later versions of softwares like Firefox from Mozilla or Internet Explorer, you see that they start to build in phishing filters, which work like when the user is redirected to another location, there is a blacklist which is automatically consulted, and if it's a known phishing website, then the browser will interfere and will tell the user, are you sure, because this is a site that has been blacklisted. So you can still go on if you want, but be warned, we advise you to make very sure that you want to talk to this website, because he has a bad track record.
Well, phishing is becoming a real pain in the computer brain. There is an urgent need for international cooperation to build a global law against this kind of criminal activities. And also, internet users should be better educated on these matters to recognize threats better. In the meanwhile, please pay attention, a lot of attention, to URL informations. You know, the things you have to click, and your emails. Erik van Horik for Up to Date from Belgium.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Engineer Esam Al-Waqit. If our computer got hacked, we should report, but to whom?
For a personal case, I would say that probably should, even in the business case, should report to the authority. In our case, I think it's the Ministry of Telecommunication, or Hayat Salat, Commission of Telecommunication, and hopefully they will help, because any internet user, they have what they call the IP, and you could trace this IP address back to a computer, and you can at least tell where they could.
You can figure out where the attack came from and where they are exactly.
You could actually even take legal actions, because if somebody's trying, for example, we have a website at company, and then somebody's trying to attack this website. We get their IP address and we trace it back. We find that this IP address belongs to a DSL subscriber in Jeddah. So we find the company that provides the service.
You find the company that provides the service, and then
tell them, okay, this guy is trying to hack, and this is the log.
All right, and sadly, ladies and gentlemen, we have run out of time. I'd like to thank our guest in our studios, Engineer Asam Alwagait. He is the Portal and E-Services Department Director at King Saud University. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to your show, Adam's Apple. As for my colleague, Zain Al-Abdin, I'm Hussam Rahman. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.